Okay. Hello, welcome to the GlitchFeed show thing. The yet to be officially named GlitchFeed show. I'm sort of one of your hosts, Troy. I'm joined by the lovely Sarah.
Hello.
We were having some little technical problems today, weren't we?
Just making sure we actually are streaming to the right. It says we're starting, so I think we're at the right spot.
It's probably a good sign.
Yep.
Yeah, we
Oh,
had some. Well,
probably would help if I don't show that. Okay, we're good.
we had some issues there, huh? A little
Uh,
rough.
yeah, I guess so. A little bit. Windows, gotta love it.
Windows is not great. Yeah, so right before we started this, my computer decided, like literally right before we started, my computer decided to have an update, like one of those surprise Windows 10 updates.
We've only
And then
been
after that, yep,
we've only been trying to do this for like an hour. How do I play
yeah,
this
yeah,
game?
yeah, and then everything just exploded
Oh
after
god,
that.
oh god, I
So
have no sound.
you'll be fine. So we're playing Enter the Gungeon instead of For Honor because For Honor decided to break my entire computer. Uh, and this is what we got. So, Enter the Gungeon, 2D, shoot 'em up, awesome game, really fun, roguelike. Just had an update. Just had a pretty big
Huge
uh,
update.
update. What are we calling this? Update? Expansion? The supply
Update.
drop update is what it's called.
Free
But
update. Go ahead. I
yeah,
wrote a script for you. Feel free to read
I
it.
do have it right here. The Enter the Gungeon supply drop update adds 33 new guns, 7 new enemy types, a new boss, and save and quit features for each floor.
Yep.
These are some of the new things that dropped today. Enter the Gungeon supply drop update, which we are checking out right now. There are over 200 new rooms that introduce a slew of new experiences for the roguelike shooter that, well, is about bullets and guns.
Yeah, it's literally a shooter, I guess.
I mean, it's a shooter. It's the kind of twin stick shooter meets roguelike experience, which is kind of awesome. A little bit of a Binding of Isaac feel,
I mean,
sort of,
yeah, it's.
basically,
Uh,
with a little bit more like bullet hell kind of stuff.
I don't want to be there. By the way, I cannot monitor sound, so I'm not looking at anything. So keep an eye on chat in case someone decides to be nice and tell us who's louder.
I can just check it right
Ah,
now.
shit! I got a Winchester.
Everything's perfect. Everything's 100% perfect.
Winchester. It's like I'm riding a
So
broom.
we're gonna talk about some news right now. Some news. I mean, this is news. Enter the Gungeon update is news. There's a lot of news, but that's
For
just
only
some.
2 days, yeah, we got some interesting.
We
Oh
got some.
shit! What's
We
up?
got some stuff. We got some good stuff. Let's. I'm gonna kick this off with Overwatch, the game that keeps on giving in terms of news. Overwatch just announced that they've hit 25 million players, up from 20 million players. That's a lot of people. That's registered players. 25 million
Across
registered
all
players.
systems.
All systems, correct. That doesn't. They say that the game has not necessarily sold that many copies. I'm hard pressed to figure out how we could have 25 million registered players and have not many less sales than that. I mean, I guess if you have like one per console and you have 4 people on it,
But I don't think
I guess
there is no
maybe
cross buy.
there's no cross buy. And how many of those? I mean, even if you
Yeah, I guess it is. It is accounts though. Like if you buy one for your PC, you could have
and
multiple
four,
Blizzard accounts.
no, because it's the people who have the game. I'm thinking
Oh
on
yeah.
console where
Console's the
you can
same
just
thing though.
well you can't log into a different account on a PC. It like ties your games to
Right.
it.
Same with the console.
Not if you have the disc.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, if you
They
have the
did sell
disc
the
of it.
disc, didn't they?
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's a disc game. So that's, I mean, if they haven't sold 25 million, they've sold maybe, even if we be generous, 20 million. That's a lot of copies of a game. It's a pretty big.
Yeah,
But
considering it's a free to play model, but it's not like you pay $40 for it, even though it's got like the free to play kind of update mechanics
the
and
loot boxy stuff.
loot boxes. Yeah, so I mean it's pretty exciting, and they've been really doing well in terms of events.
Yeah, the Year of the Rooster event is going on right now. The lunar
So
lunar
you
New
did
Year.
play it a little bit, right? Have you played it
Yeah.
since the last podcast?
Not since. Yeah, you know what I did? I think I left the podcast that night and started playing.
I still have to play it.
Played it in last couple days. I opened a bunch of cases.
Did you buy
got a
another
couple
40?
Oh, of course I did. Another 40? No, just the first 40. One set of 40.
Okay.
50. One set of 50.
Well, you said you bought it last podcast, so I
Oh
wasn't
yeah,
sure.
then that was Then yes, that's the same 50 that I.
Oh.
Also, what else we got on Overwatch? There's another little bit of Overwatch news they slipped in here at the end. Principal designer Jeff Goodman announced that they're also working on Bastian.
They did.
A Bastian update.
They were going. There's a lot of conversation on NeoGAF, and people were like, "Hey, is this ever going to happen?" Because apparently he is one of the most underplayed in competitive, like top tier. I'm not top tier, so like I see people play him a lot and camp all the place. But I guess it's if people know how to deal with him, he sucks.
Yeah, I mean he's not hard to counter. Which is kind of the big thing.
So basically, people were complaining about it because we saw, Diva and Symmetra all get addressed for being too squishy and not playable, and considering he's very underplayed. And so he just showed up in a NeoGAF chat and was like, "No, we're working on him. We understand. We're looking into it." That was pretty much it. I mean, very unofficial, very much don't have much to say about it, but
the fact that they're not only listening to the fans, but they've already identified that there are more balance issues kind of ready to...
Yeah, and I mean, I know a few people in that kind of competitive industry. We both do, and I've talked to them about balance. And usually in these types of games, on a daily basis, they're looking at numbers. They're looking at the number of people who play games. They're looking at kill-death ratios. They're looking at all that stuff. So they've got a whole team, I'm sure, over at Blizzard monitoring how Bastian's playing and identifying how they can improve the game. It's not just a whim type thing. So,
So we'll have to keep an eye on that, because I am a huge Overwatch fan. So anything we can do to even the playing field and get every hero playable and competitive.
Yeah, and I think that it's nice to see kind of that type of thing too. God, my guns suck. I'm gonna die.
Get different ones.
Well, this is the first level, so I don't really...
Get better scrub, as they say on the streets.
Da-da-dee-da.
What?
No, people on the streets.
But I didn't say people on the streets.
No, but you said as they say it on the streets. It was the same...
no, I mean, that... all right.
It had the same type of tone to it. I decided to make it a song. God, he got me with the explosion. All right, what's next on our list of things to do?
I'm skipping the one that infuriates me.
Which is what?
Windows 10 game mode.
No, we should talk about it.
I'm just mad at Windows right now.
Okay, so I'll talk about it.
Microsoft is seeking to... I'm going to read your script here.
Go ahead, it's a good script.
And then you can talk about it. Yeah. Microsoft is seeking to improve gamer experience on Windows 10 in the form of a new update. This update introduces game mode, which will increase overall frame rate and average frame rate to improve peaks and consistency. Bullshit. The system will prioritize CPU and GPU resources to your game running in the foreground, which can all be initiated with the game bar, which is that...
Which I didn't even fucking know about, by the way, until I saw this.
You can turn this off. Press G, like to hold the Windows key and press G. There's a way to turn it off if...
it's in... Easily. Well, it's now going to be even easier because they're actually going to include a game option in the settings where you can choose to turn things off. So
select games will automatically load with game mode, but not all games will work with the new mode at launch. I would assume developers have to include that hook somewhere. It's available today for Windows Insiders for beta testing, and will launch for everyone sometime this spring.
So I mean,
the problem with game mode like this is it's going to kill things like streamers aren't going to use it.
Right?
People
no,
developing content aren't.
It's definitely it's optimization to play a game, but I don't know. I think they're just kind of addressing the fact that Windows 10 is becoming essentially as weird as it sounds, like a gaming console. Like I get that computers are gaming things, but like Xbox and Microsoft are going all into the kind of like playable on both Xbox and Windows 10 mentality. And as a result, I think they need to be aggressive in this type of setting. Like they need to do these types of things and make it an actual good system for all players, not just the people that spend so much money on it. Because that's a big thing too, is that you have people that get gaming PCs, which is great, and they're able to play these games, but gaming PCs are like the equivalent of someone buying a good gaming PC. Their graphics card costs the same amount as what I spent to get my computer built.
Sure. Yeah, that's basically evening the playing field, getting more people like able to play these bigger games.
Yeah, I think this is definitely targeted not towards the big like professional gamers, but to the everyday gamer.
Yeah, for sure. It ekes out even more power out of their machine.
And then it saves the thoughts as well. Like, you know, I don't necessarily know how to do all my settings and maximize how I create things, but like if I press this button, all I have to do is just say, hey, I want gaming mode, and it'll do it for me.
I want this game to be perfect. Make me perfect, computer.
And yeah, so it's
Windows G.
Yeah, Windows G. So, you know, that's a thing that happened. It is available today. If you get a chance to check it out, let us know in the comments. Wow, my air just turned on. Sorry if that sounded...
That's okay. It's available today for Windows Insiders, which you can sign up for, I think, at any time. But be careful, because Windows updates are the pits. Moving on.
Can you hear that?
Barely.
Okay.
You're fine. Moving on to the there are two kind of big trailer things dropped today. The first one is the announcement of a Square Enix and Marvel partnership,
which I saw like a few minutes before I started writing the script. I'm excited about. Go ahead and tell us what it's about for those who might not have seen it yet.
Not really that much at all. Square Enix and Marvel announced a multi-game partnership focusing on the Marvel franchise, obviously, which will be developed by Crystal Dynamics.
Avengers franchise.
Oh, okay. Well, you wrote Marvel twice here.
Did I? It happens.
Yeah, I mean, I knew it was the Avengers, but yeah.
It's Marvel like franchise is not a lie either.
The movie franchise, I guess I should say.
We don't know that.
Well, it's it's timed with the next Avengers movie.
It is, but it actually is called Reassemble. Like that is the hashtag Reassemble, and it shows all of the guys as falling. So, but then again, it is the Infinity War, so we don't really know.
It's going to be developed by Crystal Dynamics, the same company who did the first two Tomb Raider reboots. It's a really hard thing to say. Tomb Raider reboots. And Eidos Montreal, the Deus Ex and Thief studio.
And we will know more in 2018, which, as you know, is when the next Avengers movie is releasing. So
we won't even have more information until next year.
But did you see the trailer?
I mean, it was barely anything.
But I'm excited for a high-quality superhero game. I mean, I like the Lego games. They're cute. I liked the, whatever that was, where you had the team of 4 that you could create.
Oh, Ultimate Alliance?
Yeah, I like all those games. I liked that. But I'm excited for a true kind of Square Enix animation experience. Hopefully it won't take 10 years to make the first one.
Well, because
that would be a little unfortunate. But
that Spider-Man game's coming to PS4.
I don't want to do
that. Who made Insomniac? The Ratchet & Clank and Sunset Overdrive studio.
Which is good because Sunset Overdrive was awesome.
It was a very good, very not well-received game, but yeah.
Well, it's because it was only on Xbox.
That's true. Yeah, Xbox One kind of crippled it. It's a multi-game partnership. Oh yeah, the first game is going to be called the Avengers Project, according to this, which is cool. That's pretty great. So I mean, Square Enix will do a good job, especially with Crystal Dynamics and Eidos kind of stepping in.
Oh, there goes my...
That's a low bat.
Damn it. God, I really hope that doesn't happen tonight. It probably will.
Put a new battery in it.
I don't have any batteries right now.
Oh, Sarah.
I just moved into an apartment.
Yeah. She's got her little new home jitters.
I might have to go to the gas station.
Probably be a good idea. I mean, you'll sleep through it. It'll be fine.
As long as it doesn't chirp every, 2 seconds.
No, it'll just beep every, hour or so. So there's the other kind of big is a relative term, but we got another Mass Effect trailer.
Oh no, I died.
No.
I'm really bad at this game.
That's unfortunate. We got a new Mass Effect trailer showing off more of the like crew and stuff for Mass Effect Andromeda. It also introduces the villain, which is pretty neat. I'm trying to find the name, but apparently I don't think is there. Maybe not. Nope, it's not on there. Cool. But yeah, a new trailer got posted. It's more cinematic. It's cinematic, not gameplay. So
That's really fucking loud.
don't expect. What, the game really loud?
No, my air.
Oh, it sounds okay. But anyways, yeah, new Mass Effect trailer. Mass Effect is coming out like sooner than I thought. Like it's pretty soon. It feels like. March 21st. I had to look that up. Which is right around the corner, really.
Yeah.
Before we get.
Or 5 days earlier if you have EA Access or want to spend $5 to play it before you get
Is
it.
it 5 days or 10 days earlier?
5 days, 10 hours.
5 days, 10 hours. Right. Okay. So yeah, definitely go check that trailer. I'm super excited for Mass Effect. Like I'm ready for Mass Effect Andromeda.
I think I'm gonna play the first two soon because I didn't get a chance to play them.
You should mention that Cynthia is playing through. My fiance is playing through all of them right now because they're all in backwards compatibility on EA Access. So she's playing through the first 3.
You got EA Access?
I've had EA Access for a while. We've been over this a number of times.
Oh, why?
Sports games.
All right.
It's $5 or I forget how, I think like $35 a year or something abnormally low, and I can play a sport. I can get my sports game itch when I need it, and not have to worry about spending $60 on a game that has zero value. So yeah, I've had EA Access for a while. It's pretty great. It does when I need it too. All right, moving on. Planet Coaster upcoming patch.
No, the patch released today, I believe.
Okay, I'm gonna delete the word upcoming from that.
Well, no, because there was
sentence.
an upcoming. So they did a stream. I was trying to find it before. So Planet Coaster. Oh God, I initiated bullet time. Planet Coaster released a patch today that did a lot of really great bug fixes that a lot of people are having issues with. Notably, with the people, like all of the guests, they decided that they didn't want to wait in the lines, even if there wasn't any lines, and so they kind of updated that. But they also added a new ride. You want to read off what the ride was? The Scissor?
Scissor, spelled with Z's.
Yeah. And they also I guess they had a live stream, which, as I said, I didn't get a chance to watch it, that talked about a bigger patch coming up. So I'm sure once I get more information next week and I actually can watch that, I will kind of take a chance to talk about that, because I've been loving Planet Coaster. It's the Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 that I wanted but never got. So.
I'm hesitant to get back into like another like roller coaster game.
You know how Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 really wanted to be cool and create 3D character models and allow you to like ride the rides and do all this cool stuff, and it was terrible because like the reason why you play roller coaster is because of the cute the pixel graphics and everything, and it was also just really shitty. Hey, 3D is a new thing now, let's do it, but it looks terrible. Well, Planet Coaster is not that, and it's great, and I love it, and it's got like the mission-based levels, and it's got just the open unlimited money levels, and it's got design your own rides, and it's just I love it. I don't know what else to say. That's my review. It's pretty great. You will get addicted if you play it.
So I'm worried about, but the problem is, well, okay, I could never get into games like City Skylines or like SimCity even.
No,
like, Roller Coaster Tycoon was about the extent of that kind of sim game that I could get behind.
Even though it's like not in the family or anything, Planet Coaster is very much an homage to classic Roller Coaster Tycoon. It has a lot of the same gameplay mechanics and all that stuff. It doesn't try to do things or be something that it's not, or try to reinvent the wheel, so to speak. I think it's pretty good. So if you're looking for something to do, aka if you're looking to play Roller Coaster Tycoon, but a nicer version of it, expect to put hours into it.
So
it's the Sarah review. You will get addicted.
That's the Sarah review. So if you're interested in those kind of games,
it's one of the top selling games on Steam for a reason.
It is. That's true.
You know, it's a lot of people play it. It's got a lot of replayability. It's just fun, kind of exploring the options and creating your own stuff. And just, I like rebuilding Cedar Point rides and seeing if I can do it. Not good at the I have not done the Top Thrill Dragster yet, but I tried.
It's always a tough one to make in games.
It's not like you can do it. It's just getting the
speed right.
The down getting no. You can set the speed. You can actually set the speed that they go. It's just getting it
down.
Yeah, getting it down straight, like a full whatever.
90 degrees.
90 degrees. I was gonna say 180. That's not the. Nope.
I mean, you turn.
Get out of my face. Get out of my face. Get out of my face.
Go up and then you turn around. I've got a story. I've got a tale for you. Not a tale, a news story, an actual thing, like a big thing. So if you've been paying attention to the VR space in the last 4 or 5 months, or even longer than that, really, there's been ongoing debate and argument and now legal action between Oculus, Facebook, and ZeniMax. ZeniMax is the parent company for Bethesda, as well as some other properties in that nature. But they are claiming that they were the original kind of creators of the tech that went behind Oculus Rift during the time that Oculus co-founder Palmer Luckey was working there. Now, there's a claim that they claim that Palmer Luckey, who dropped out of college and doesn't have any formal education, there's no way he could have created the Rift on his own. He was clearly had walked out of the company with technology that ZeniMax had developed, and then went on to kind of go with John Carmack from former id Software co-founder to kind of take that software and the hardware and create the Oculus Rift. So they're currently in court right now with kind of this legal battle over roughly $4 billion in damages between Facebook and ZeniMax. They just actually had their closing arguments today. I've been kind of following this case fairly closely because I am a fan of Oculus and their tech. It's a super interesting case to watch because there's really, on both ends, you can see kind of where they're going for. Anytime that someone from Facebook or someone from Oculus took the stand during cross-examination, anything that ZeniMax asked them, they refuted and had very good answers for it. ZeniMax can't really find like a good punch, except for the fact that Palmer Luckey, there's no way he could have done it. There's just no way he could have done it himself. It's a fantasy. I think the quote that ZeniMax's attorney Anthony Sammy Sammi, his exact quote is, "We're here because the defendant stole something very valuable." He went on to tell the jury that the entire thing was a heist and proclaiming as fantasy the story that Oculus co-founder Palmer Luckey developed the Rift on his own. It's absolutely insane. It's essentially saying that like Oculus and Facebook just colluded to take the not Facebook now. Oculus, colluded to take this tech, and Facebook knew that when they bought Oculus.
That doesn't make sense because, if I feel like it'd be very easy for them to just be like, here's all the stuff we were working on, with dates.
Like, ZeniMax or Oculus?
ZeniMax. Well, so
there's kind of two ends of it. During Facebook's cross-examination of Palmer, he came out and said, like, here are all of my prototypes and dates and things that I built for VR that dated back well before ZeniMax claims. He's like, I had a prototype kit. I wish I had the date in front of me here. He had a prototype kit years before, like, leaving ZeniMax and starting Oculus. Like, he had already been kind of building it. It's And so he's already kind of built a perfect timeline of this is what's going on. Like I clearly built this myself and clearly built it without ZeniMax's help.
That's also, that's weird. I've been watching too much Silicon Valley because now I'm sitting here like, did he build it using company assets? Because if so,
no, there's that whole bit,
like,
but no,
like
it doesn't
Silicon
seem
Valley.
like that's the case. ZeniMax is claiming that they were building something on their own on the side, and that Palmer Luckey came in, took it, and left. Like basically, took that software and hardware and then went to make Oculus himself.
So like, where is it? That's my question.
I don't know
that's
that
my
it's a
question
physical
in
device.
Terms...
Like I think it more is like the IP of it.
But at the same time, then they should have a clear path of not just he took it, but here's what we were working on. Here's how he was able to get access to it because he worked on these specific things, and here's how he walked away with it.
So that's where John Carmack kind of fits into the equation. So id Software's co-founder, apparently he copied some code from id Software computers before leaving the company to work at Facebook. It's not clear I don't think it's clear what that was or whether it had anything to do with Oculus, the software went into it, but essentially there's like questionable activity by Carmack around the time of him leaving, that and then going to work on Oculus with Palmer Luckey, that like some other
that is interesting. I've been doing a lot of ethical courses in at my office, and
the training stuff.
If that was the case, that would be very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's to the tune of $4 billion in damages alone, and who knows what that could do for the actual VR tech. I don't think it's clear what that would mean. Essentially, if they're using ZeniMax's IP in their devices, then that's royalties, that's licensing, they could take control of Oculus, so to speak. It's a big deal.
Very interesting. Yeah. It'll be interesting. I mean, that's an interesting thing. I don't know anything about it. I've just been seeing what they've been talking about. It's just difficult because it sounds like there's no clear path that ZeniMax has in terms of their claim, and it's not as simple as saying he took our Oculus prototype and then based it off it. It's more obscure than that. So they're going to have a little bit of a battle. But I would assume if they're making these claims, they wouldn't just make them without any sort of they wouldn't just do it to screw them over. They have to have some sort of...
Essentially, yeah. It's been going since 2014. And it's pretty much, the argument is that Carmack left id Software, went to Facebook and Oculus, went to Oculus, who was bought by Facebook very quickly and in some cases questionably, and ZeniMax basically went, oh, you guys just sold that company for what, $2 billion. Now we're kind of jealous, I guess is the word. So we're gonna bring charges against you.
That's so strange.
Yeah, it's
a very strange situation, because it also is something that you think, I mean, it's obvious that this whole thing is going on as well. The timing's strange. I don't know. Oh man, I don't need help. Very cool though. Do we have any other news though? As we start getting close to wrapping it up, what are you?
I mean, there's always more news, but I think that is kind of the best. Oh, one more bit.
Quick save button.
So, Sun and Moon just updated pretty recently with the Pokemon Bank. I don't think we talked about that on Tuesday.
Nope. It happened
that day.
That night. 10 minutes before our podcast went live.
Oh, okay. So they updated, so now you can bring Pokemon Bank into Sun and Moon. That's the service that lets you transfer pretty much all the DS games into Sun and Moon, into the new generation. One interesting bit, so they released Red, Blue, and Yellow last year, I think it was last year, on the Virtual Console, with support for Pokemon Bank, so that you could basically play the old games and bring those Pokemon into the new generation. They also, it's 100% port from the Game Boy, so they left all of the glitches in, namely, or specifically talking about Missing No. The whole, surf up and down glitch, catch weird Pokemon, it screws with your Hall of Fame, yada, yada, yada. Apparently, you can transfer that to Pokemon Bank, and spoiler alert, F's up your Pokemon bank and your Sun and Moon transfer. I don't know what people thought would happen when you transfer a Pokemon that breaks your other game.
That doesn't exist.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Like, it breaks the game. Why would you think that would... Why is that a good idea? Why did you think that was a good idea?
It also is something to note that, like, they have introduced code in the game already in Sun and Moon that if they catch you with an illegally downloaded Pokemon, they will break your game. Like, people were complaining. They're like...
They ban you from online services.
No. They were like, hey, you know, if I save in this Pokemon Center, my game save suddenly becomes corrupt, and I don't know why. And they're like, oh, it's because you have an illegally downloaded character or Pokemon. And that's something we did to kind of stop that, which kind of sucked because they introduced this quick trade system.
Right. Yeah, we're basically the Wonder Trade system.
Yeah, so you could actually get one illegally without even knowing it. Because people might just find out about that and decide to F with you. But it's just like with that kind of stuff, and then Nintendo making that clear that, hey, if you mess with our game, we're going to do stuff. It's weird that you would think that it'd be okay for missing now.
It's not even that it's like, it's not even breaking the game, like, in terms of they're banning you. It's breaking, like, your transfers are all messed up. It changes the Pokemon you're transferring. It changes their kind of their nicknames and their, in some cases, their genders. It's totally like, what did you expect to happen out of this? But one, I just stumbled upon another story while I was grabbing this one.
The clothing story?
No.
Oh.
They just banned 6,000 people for altered Pokemon Sun and Moon save data.
Womp.
Pokemon Company. This is like directly people who used software to mess with their game, not necessarily like getting stuck with it, like we were talking about just a second ago. But there was another one that said that they're having issues with. Yes. So you know how Pokemon Yellow has the same kind of missing no glitch as Red and Blue, but there's a way to use it to catch any Pokemon, specifically Mew, who's not available in the game. Apparently, that's a glitched Pokemon and is flagged as such in Yellow. So when you transfer it to Bank, it flags it in Bank as a bad, like a bad Pokemon, and it will not let you trade it forward into the game. Yeah.
Well, in other news, you can now change the color of your clothing in Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Oh, thank God. I've been waiting for that for so long. Yeah. My God looks so ugly.
I know. So, on that note, go change your clothes. Don't cheat and get Pokemon, and you should be fine.
Yes.
So, that's about all the time we've got.
Yep.
So, guys, if you like the format, let us know. If you don't like the format, let us know, but we might ignore you. I don't know.
We'll see.
No, we'll definitely take all of your feedback as we kind of continue to play with this. We've already started thinking of some great ideas to make this a fun, unique kind of experience. Yeah. But I think we're looking at Monday, Thursdays as our official days, despite the fact Troy has D&D Mondays.
Shit that I do on Mondays.
But he was the one that actually offered the Monday up first, so, you know.
I don't know why I said that. Now looking back, don't know why that came up as a day that I could do. But yeah, Mondays and Thursdays, right about 8-ish.
Hopefully sooner, but
7:30.
Trying for 7:30, but considering issues that we face.
Issues.
But
in the meantime,
we are. You might see some daily glitches coming out. You might see a different type of name for that, especially if the news seems big enough. Where on the off days, but definitely not Monday, Thursdays.
Right. So. Yeah, we might drop some feature stories if we got something big. I'll probably write one once this Oculus thing is done. I imagine. That'd probably be a good one to do. So anyways, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube and on Twitch, twitch.tv/GlitchFeed Live, where we broadcast this as well as we do it on YouTube Live as well. You can follow us at GlitchFeed on Twitter for some other posts that we do. You can follow Sarah. I don't know which way to point anymore. Sarah at Theolisi on Twitter, and me at Tferio for our fun personal stuff that we do.
Yeah, we're so fun.
I'm pretty fun. I tweet a lot about a lot.
I'm starting to stream again now that I have an apartment, so.
Yeah, you're going to see Sarah more, which is great.
Yay, I have a face again.
Yay. Okay, thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you guys on Monday with another one of these. Bye.
Bye.